Hi, Jay Smith from Model Aviation Magazine. I'm at the Toledo Expo. I'm here with Lee from Hacker, and he's going to talk to us about some new servos. Hi, Lee.
Hey, Jay.
So tell us about the new servo offerings.
Yeah, well, Hacker is the big JETI distributor in Europe. And we had some opportunities to develop some really, really cool servos and work in conjunction with JETI to develop an awesome servo that also has some compatibility with JETI. So these are great servos, and they can be used by anybody. But if you have a JETI radio, it's even better. And let me tell you why. What we did was, first of all, we started off with a clean slate for the electronics. So there's a lot of really cool components out there that have just not made it into the RC servo vocabulary yet. The primary one that people will notice is that we use a digital encoder, a magnetic encoder, to replace the potentiometer. So there's no more mechanical potentiometer rubbing away, trying to figure out exactly where the arm of the servo is. There's a magnet and a processor and a chip that can detect where that magnet is rotationally. And so we wind up with some just tremendously accurate, great centering, repeatability, just a lot of real big, huge advantages there. So that's truly digital. Digital servos in the past had a few analog portions to them. These are truly digital now. Beyond that, we have this really, really high-powered processor that allows us to operate at a much higher internal refresh rate. And so the control loop and everything is really cool. So again, centering and the holding power and everything like that is just off the charts. Finally, we're doing current controlled operation. With a lot of servos now, when you slew one way and slew the other way, you'll see these huge amp spikes, 6, 8, 10 amps. And that's just a lot of power. And, yeah, it's a lot of power to draw from the system. That's not the big concern for us. The big concern is if you've got a motor and you're trying to pass 8 amps through one of these tiny little motors, that's just a lot of current. And that's just not healthy for the motor. It doesn't make sense, especially when there's a better way to do it. And there is, and it's current controlled operation. So that's what we've done. So that's what we built into the servo. There's premium mechanical. They're all metal gears. We have them in all sizes: micro, wing, mini, low profile, and then 2 standard size options, up to 26 kilograms, which equates to about 400 ounces on the big guy. The wing servo is an 8 kilogram wing servo, which is off the hook. So these are the servos. Now, I mentioned JETI there. The JETI duplex telemetry system is just awesome. I don't know if you guys have played with it, but it really gives you some amazing capabilities. With all the processing and all the information that we have on board these servos, it was an obvious step to connect that with the JETI duplex system and be able to download that data to the pilot. And so in conjunction with JETI, we'll have a system to allow the pilot to get the information, hopefully via alarm, when there's something wrong or something that he needs to know about. We're not afraid of our servos failing. What happens more often than not is, a surface will get jammed, or there'll be a hanger rash or something like that that'll actually jam the linkages up, and that's the sort of thing that we can relay back to the pilot, and hopefully he can do something about it prior to a bad day at the field. So that's the way that works.
And Lee, are these available now?
We are shipping these in Germany now, yes. I didn't answer the question, though, did I? May for the U.S., late May. One other thing, these are all USB compatible. So there's a USB adapter, the Hacker USB adapter. Plug it in, and you can go online to not online, but to your computer interface and set just this myriad array of settings for the servo. For instance, like what does it do if it does bind, if it does encounter resistance above a certain point? Typically right now, if you're still commanding the servo to move, it'll jam and it'll just start burning up. With these, you can program it. It'll hold, but it won't burn itself up. It'll just kind of hold that. It won't go backwards, but it won't keep fighting it. So there's things like that you can set. Neutral point. With a typical potentiometer, you've got a a pre-established 0 point. You can't change that. Or if you do, it affects your other limits. With these, they can spin 360 degrees either direction. So you can actually hook up your linkages, set 0, and then you don't have to worry about subtrims. So there's just a lot of things that you can do in conjunction with the software and the servos and the radios. So this is really, as far as we're concerned, the next generation of hobby RC servos.
So for people that want to learn more, where can they go? Do they go to your website?
My website, yes. I have all the data up there, and I was moving it from the creation side to the actual live side. So by the time this hits, it should be there.
All right, and give us the web address.
HackerMotorUSA.com.
Okay, well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Great to see y'all. Thank you.